The episode begins with everyone heading to the dining hall to eat. However, the entire place had been destroyed because of the battle. Because of that, Gonzo, the leader of the Kagomori clan, told Hagyr to repair the place. They then saw Hagyr using his demons to erase the damaged objects and restore everything. Seeing that left Yuru and the others completely shocked and confused. Hagyr explained that it was all possible because of his demons black and white. His white demon was called Whiteout, while the black one was ink. He used Whiteout on damaged areas and then rewrote them with ink. He explained that his demons depended heavily on observation skills and imagination, which was why they were highly compatible with him. After that, Hagyr introduced himself and revealed that he was a manga artist. However, Yuru had no idea what that meant. Then Dara remembered hearing about Hagyr in many animated films. Because of that, Hagyr explained that Hagyr was only his pen name, while his real name was Kagomori Hikaru. Since Yuru did not understand what a pen name was, Asha explained that it was the name Hikaru used while publishing his work. Hikaru then explained that he, Azuma, and Jean were brothers. Hikaru was the eldest, Azuma was younger than him, and Jean was the youngest, though all three had different mothers. What shocked Yuru and Dara the most was learning that Jean was actually the youngest. Then Azuma told them that they should become friends with Hikaru because, as the eldest, he was supposed to become the next leader of the Kagomori clan. However, Hikaru refused, saying that he did not want to ruin his peaceful life by accepting the name of such a sketchy family. Then Dara noticed that the things Hikaru repaired were still in black and white form. Because of that, he asked about it, and Hikaru explained that the objects would soon blend into the surroundings and return to their original form. However, he suddenly noticed that he had made mistakes in the pillar details. Then he also realized he had recreated the mat incorrectly. Because of that, his artist's spirit was deeply hurt, and he became frustrated while trying to fix everything. Soon, tiny creatures brought cushions for everyone so they could sit comfortably while eating. Cushions were even placed for right and left. However, right and left refused because they did not eat human food. Then Gonzo explained that they were guests, so it was their duty to respect them properly. After some time, everyone finally sat down to eat. Then Jean asked Dara how he had discovered Yuru's location. However, Dara refused to answer anything. Then Jean once again asked Dara whether the attack on their mansion the previous night had been carried out by Higashi village. However, Dara knew nothing about it. Meanwhile, Asha continued getting impressed by every action of her brother. Dara asked Yuru whether it was true that their parents had disappeared. Yuru confirmed it. Dara admitted that although he stood on the side of Higashi village, he had never heard about their parents disappearing, and he did not believe anyone from Higashi village had done it. Then Gonzo asked Dara whether he seriously expected everyone to believe his words. Dara explained that although he would kill anyone who entered his territory illegally, he would never attack someone without reason. He also stated that he disagreed with the extremists of Higashi village, which was why he had comfortably come there to pick up Yuru. Dara wanted to know what exactly the head of the Kagomori clan planned to do with the twins. Gonzo explained that whenever unfortunate twins were born, the world came close to destruction. Because of that, he believed the world should exist without the powers of break and seal. He stated that he wanted no more twins to be born besides Asha and Yuru, which was why he wanted the village responsible for their birth destroyed. He called Higashi village a terrible village because it clung to outdated traditions and wanted to dominate the world. However, he also said that times had changed, and since the same blood flowed through both clans, it was their responsibility to stop them. Then Azuma disagreed with him and argued that those chosen to wield power should peacefully rule the world because it was their responsibility. He believed this because God had granted them those powers. Then Yuru spoke to right and left, reminding them that when he had previously asked whether they were cursed children who brought destruction, they had denied it, and explained that destruction only happened because others used their powers to start conflicts. Because of that realization, Yuru concluded that none of it was their fault and that twins also deserved the right to live. He then thanked them. He said that Asha had apologized for everything, and although he could never forgive the attack on the village, she had still apologized for things that were not even her fault. Because of that, he declared that he could never forgive those who kept forcing her to feel ashamed and believe that everything was her fault. Then Yuru questioned why twins had to hide simply because of who they were and why everyone kept telling them how they should live. He then announced loudly that he wanted the people of Higashi village to hear him too. He declared that he would neither run nor hide anymore because he had no reason to do so. He said he did not care whether attackers came from Higashi village or the Kagomori clan, but if anyone wanted his head, they would have to come and take it themselves. Hearing that, Dara tried to calm Yuru down. However, Asha suddenly called Yuru an idiot, which shocked him. She angrily asked whether he had gone insane, saying he spoke like that only because he had no idea how terrifying it felt when assassins constantly targeted someone. She admitted that she did not want him to suffer what she had endured, so she wanted him to run away, hide, and avoid risking his life. Then Hikaru Maru asked Jean whether Yuru was the type of person who attacked head-on, and Jean agreed. After that, Asha asked right and left to talk sense into Yuru, but hearing about fighting only made them excited, and they became completely willing to support him. Then Gabby also agreed and told Asha that she had always handled everything alone until now, so she should finally trust her brother a little. However, Asha started crying while thinking about everything. Then Gonzo asked Yuru whether he would join the Kagamori clan. However, Yuru immediately refused. He admitted that Gonzo had called Higashi village terrible, but it was still the place where he had been raised and where his friends lived. He understood that their ideals were different, but he still could not side with the clan that had brought destruction to his village. He also expressed gratitude for taking care of their parents, but he wanted to handle things his own way from now on. Because of that, he decided he would work together with Dara to search for his parents. Then Dara admitted that he originally wanted Yuru to stay hidden, but as his guardian, he now had no choice except to support him and protect him from every danger. After that, everyone prepared to leave. At that moment, Asha bowed before right and left and Dara, asking them to take care of her brother. All of them agreed. Then they headed outside, where Asha explained to Yuru that she could not leave the barrier because the moment she stepped outside, people seeking the power of break would attack her. Because of that, she told him to take care of himself. Seeing the barrier made Yuru realize that even in childhood, Asha had lived trapped in one place, and even now only the location had changed because she was still imprisoned. Then Asha showed Yuru a photograph of their parents. Seeing it shocked Yuru because he had never seen a photograph before. Even right and left were amazed by it. After that, Asha took a photo together with Yuru so she could explain photographs to him properly, and seeing that left Yuru deeply impressed. Meanwhile, Asha became extremely happy because she had finally managed to take a picture with her brother by taking advantage of the situation. Then right and left also started talking about taking a picture with Yuru, but they became sad after realizing they did not appear in photographs. Then Yuru asked Asha to show their parents' photograph once more. Seeing it made him happy, and he started wondering what their parents might be doing at that very moment. Asha assured him that their parents were definitely safe. She then asked for his address so she could send him the photograph. However, Yuru had no idea what an address was, which made Asha sad because she could not even learn where her brother lived. Meanwhile, Dara also refused to reveal their location. Then Jean pointed out that if they ever discovered information about Yuru's parents, they needed some way to contact each other. Although Dara still refused to share any personal information, he agreed that they needed some form of communication. Eventually, after everyone discussed possible methods, Jean handed Dara a business card belonging to one of the businesses owned by the Kagamori clan, explaining that they could use it to stay in contact. Seeing that made Dara very happy, and from his expression, Jean became convinced that he simply wanted to drink alcohol using their money. Then everyone prepared to leave. However, Asha stopped Yuru one last time. She explained that their parents had been heartbroken because they could not take him with them. She revealed that Granny had blocked their path, leaving them with no choice except to escape down the mountain with only her. She also told him that they had truly wanted to bring him along because they loved him deeply. Hearing that made Yuru emotional, and he felt as if the purpose of his journey had finally been fulfilled. Then Asha also became emotional. As Yuru began leaving, she suddenly crossed the barrier and hugged him. While placing her hand on his back, she told him to take care of himself. The moment the doors of the Kagamori clan mansion closed behind him, Yuru dropped to his knees because he had finally become completely certain that she truly was his little sister Asha. Even in childhood, she used to pat his back and tell him to take care of himself. Because of that realization, Yuru started crying. Meanwhile inside, Asha told Jean not to send anyone after them. Instead, she wanted them to build a relationship based on trust, and Jean agreed. It was explained that ideally a third party should have controlled right and left in order to regulate the powers of break and seal. However, now right and left belonged to the very twin who possessed the seal power. Because of that, if anything ever happened to Yuru, nobody would be able to stop right and left anymore. And because of that, nobody could predict what would happen next. And with that, the episode came to an end.